All right, good morning, everyone. This is Andrew Kren with the National Weather Service in Raleigh. We're going to go ahead and get started here for the weekly briefing, the routine Thursday weekly briefing that will go from today through the middle of next week, from October 5th to October 11th. We have the honor to have a high school student here visiting with us this morning at the office, and she's going to help me do a couple of the slides this morning. So a shout out to her. Her name is Hannah Louder, and she's from the North Carolina School of Science and Math up in Durham. So welcome, Hannah, to the Thursday weekly briefing.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll get started here for Central North Carolina. The upcoming weather pattern for Central North Carolina, like the past few days, the next couple days are going to be relatively quiet. We're not expecting anything weather-wise going on today and tomorrow. Temperatures are today and tomorrow going to be roughly in the upper 70s to low 80s. So, slightly above normal temperatures. The main story is there's going to be a strong cold front moving through Saturday morning and afternoon, and that's going to bring in some gusty winds and actually some chillier temperatures as we head into the latter part of the weekend, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a few minutes. With that front, there will be a chance of maybe some showers, potentially Friday across the coastal plain, but the better chance looks like it's going to be on Saturday. However, amounts look to be relatively on the light side, and we'll get into that next. When that front moves through, we could see some upper 30s to mid to upper 40s Sunday morning and Monday morning. So it's going to be one of those latter part of the weekends where you'll probably want to dress warm for Sunday and Monday morning. Those below normal temperatures will then trend into more seasonal weather as we head into the middle of next week. So going into our accumulated precipitation forecast for the next 5 days, really not expecting much in the way of precipitation ahead of this cold front for Friday and Saturday. You can see that the forecast 5-day total rainfall is maybe 1/100 of an inch to less than 1/10 of an inch, and we may not even get that. It just looks like a very dry frontal passage, with the main impacts going to be some gusty winds on Saturday and some chilly temperatures for the end of the weekend and early next week. There may be some concerns for some increased fire danger on Saturday with a combination of some dry air and some gusty winds, and then the fact that we haven't received any rain in the last couple weeks. But we'll have more information on that if there is anything issued in the next day or so. So stay put on that. I will pass it over to Hannah here that's going to talk about our chilly temperatures this weekend.
All right. For the days after the cold front comes through, in the mornings, the temperatures will be ranging from 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and it will be a little cooler on Monday morning compared to Sunday morning. It gets cooler throughout that 2-day period. And you can see that these temperatures are lower than normal, especially for Monday morning, where you can get up to a 10% lower difference from what you would normally see at this time of year for the morning temperatures. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Going into severe thunderstorm potential, there's no threat of severe weather, and in fact, no threat of storms as well, just given the fact that it's going to be relatively dry and that we don't see any potential instability over the next 7 days. WPC's excessive rainfall outlook, very similar to the thunderstorm outlook. There is no threat of flash flooding. One change from the drought update from last week, an enhanced area of abnormally dry conditions has been expanded across the Piedmont, especially the southern Piedmont, and there's a small area in Anson County that is in some moderate drought. And this, largely due to the fact that, we've had a couple tropical systems move through. They've brought rainfall, but a lot of the Piedmont has really kind of missed out on some of those rainfall events. and we've certainly seen some of the streams in the triad kind of fall below their historical 10th percentile over the last 7 days, and even drier conditions toward the mountains. So because of that, they've kind of expanded those abnormally dry conditions. And it looks like, at least for the next 7 days, looks like our chance for rain is still relatively slim, although there are some hints that it could become a little more active towards the extended part of the outlook. So this is the 8 to 14 day outlook. We're expecting near normal temperatures for mid-October, but the Climate Prediction Center does show about a 30 to 40% chance of seeing some above normal rainfall potential in the October 12th to 18th timeframe. I was looking at our normal lows during this time, and actually we've been trending down as expected, but we're now seeing our average highs in the low to mid 70s and our lows generally in the low 50s. So we're certainly getting into that fall season. The tropics are still somewhat active, certainly not active in the sense for us. We still have Tropical Storm Philippe out there over the Atlantic. It is not expected to pose any risk to the Carolinas, but that will potentially impact Maine over the next over the weekend. And then there is a tropical wave that is expected to develop off the coast of Africa. Its formation chance over the next 7 days is fairly low at this point, only 30%. All right, so we'll go into a summary here. High pressure will largely remain in place today and tomorrow. We'll look for above normal temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. A strong cold front will be moving through Saturday, and that's going to be our main story for much of the next 7 days, with bring a chance for some showers Saturday. Amounts look to be on the light side. The main impacts from the front will be some gusty northwest winds, maybe some gusts of 20 to 25, maybe up to 30 miles per hour, and lows Sunday morning and Monday morning ranging from the upper 30s to mid to upper 40s. That's about 5 to 10 degrees below our normal. And then we'll eventually see a trend to more seasonal temperatures by the middle of next week. So it's going to be one of those quick hitting cooler stretches. That certainly won't be lasting prolonged, at least at this point. And we have no hazards or impacts for the next 7 days. That is all I have for the briefing.